Yes. Hello, friends. Welcome to the Unapologetically Badass podcast. I am Renee. Hello. Hey,
I am
Sierra.
Sierra.
How are you, girl?
I'm amazing. You look so tan.
Ah,
Oh my
thank
gosh,
you.
we have an amazing guest on today. I'm so
Yes.
excited for everybody to meet and be introduced to Noreen Connolly. This
Yes.
is going to be a powerful conversation.
Absolutely. Noreen is fearless at 50, and she is going to be talking about building businesses, buying property, breaking barriers, and sharing her badass journey. So, welcome, Noreen.
Thank you both for having me. I'm so happy to be here. You guys are so fun and easy to talk to. And so I'm 54 and I got divorced over 10 years ago. I started a
Celebrate
business.
divorce. We're not
You
celebrating.
what?
I said woohoo while you were saying I got a divorce. I'm like, we're not celebrating that.
So I was able to start a business 3 years ago called the Ivy Hub Wellness. And we do IV therapy, medical weight loss, and women and men's HRT, hormone replacement. Um, I just franchised the business, and I have a few of my nurses that own franchises now. I have owned 2 investment properties. I just put an offer on my second one that they accepted. And my goal is to help the people who franchise also teach them how to own a income property. So
I
That's
love that. How did you
yeah.
get into, saying, okay, I'm going to open up my Ivy Hub
yeah.
Wellness Center? How
Did
did
you just
that?
have a
Oh,
dream?
so during COVID, I owned a nursing agency, and it was pay out of pocket. So we had very wealthy clients who wanted a nurse, especially during COVID.
Uh-huh.
And it was fine pre-COVID, but once COVID hit, they wanted only COVID vaccinated nurses, and nurses were already burnt out. Not everyone wanted the COVID vaccine. It was really hard to get a nurse, never mind figure out if they're COVID vaccinated.
Mhm.
So I ended up hating it. And I said, I can't own a business that I hate. It's never going to, be successful.
Yeah.
So I have a friend in Tennessee who had the same type of business I did and went into the IV world. And I said, you know what? I'm going to give that a whirl. So I did follow that. I did mobile, and then I picked a spot. I purposely chose a salon suite because I knew I wanted a franchise. I
Mhm.
didn't want people to have a lot of overhead starting out with like a build out loan.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
said, I'm going to do salon suite model. That way people can make money sooner than if they had to pay off this big loan to bump out all these rooms and everything else. Um, so that's really how I got started with that. Was a friend kind of inspired me.
Wow. So explain what you do, like the services that you offer, so people can get an understanding of what IV wellness looks like.
Sure. So IV wellness, the IV therapy, the patient needs a good faith exam first. We ask them the history. Do you have any history of heart, kidney, liver disease? Are you pregnant or breastfeeding? Those are all red flags. We cannot see pregnant women without an OB approval.
Mhm.
Some people think because they're paying out of pocket, they can get whatever they want, but no, you have to be cleared for this. It's not just anyone can get anything at any time. I recently had someone who wanted an the same IV 2 days in a row, and I said, "That's toxic. You cannot do
Yeah.
that. It's not safe." So there is guidelines. Like I said, the good faith exam is done. Um, if someone has really high blood pressure, we don't infuse them, so we screen them that way. Um,
What type of
and
IVs are there?
so we do immunity IV. It has vitamin C, zinc, and B complex.
Mhm.
Vitamin C is a powerful antioxidant. Zinc is proven in studies to cut down on the number of days you have a virus, and B complex helps gives you energy.
I've
Um,
had that one before. I felt really, and it was when I was going through, I'm sure you saw the episodes where I was bleeding, like literally bleeding to death. So I just needed
yeah,
something to like give me any
yeah,
kind of energy. And I went and had one and it did help. I mean, obviously my levels were so low,
right,
Noreen, that it wasn't like
yeah,
a huge impact, but I just felt like I
a boost.
I felt yeah, like a boost of like for 3
Right.
days where I was like, "Oh, I can breathe for a second."
Right. We also do iron infusions, but we need your labs first. We don't just do that to
Yeah.
anyone. We need your labs to
I
show
ended
that
up
you
having
are
an
iron.
allergic reaction to that, Noreen, and I was
You had an
hospitalized
allergic
and I
reaction to
almost died.
iron?
I know, and it's like it's like 1 in 2,000.
No, but it can happen. What, were you in a hospital when that happened?
Was. Yep.
Yeah. And they have to give you epinephrine or?
Yep. Yep.
Wow.
It was bad. It was bad.
That
Yeah,
is
she had a
bad.
tough go. She had a
Yeah,
tough
so
go.
to your point, like, you really need to be screened for these things, but I would feel
Absolutely.
safe in your facility knowing because, you know what to do as a nurse.
Yeah.
So I
Right.
really wanna, precaution people, don't just go and try to get these done anywhere.
Right. I'm actually a nurse practitioner and I have nurses that work and we, work as a team and
Yeah.
so yeah, if that
And
makes
you also do weight loss for men and women, right?
We
GLP
do medical weight loss with the
weight loss.
compounded GLPs. We have a lot more clients. We've been doing this for over 2 years. We've treated well over 500 patients, most with great success in the last 2 years with the compounded semaglutide and tirzepatide. And
Okay.
in 2026, so semaglutide works on one hunger hormone. That is the generic of Ozempic and Wegovy.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Tirzepatide works on two hunger hormones. That's the generic of Mounjaro and Zepbound. In 2026, there's a new one called Retruitide. I think Eli Lilly's putting that one out, and that I believe is going to work on three hunger hormones.
Wow.
That's
Okay.
that's not FDA approved yet, but that's coming in 2026.
So how do you feel about it? I mean, obviously you commit to serving people with this, but have you tried it
Oh
yourself?
yeah,
What is there's so much talk about it. There's
no,
like, don't
absolutely.
do it. Do it.
No. I can tell you a lot of good things about it. There's studies to see if it can decrease your risk of Alzheimer's because the
Really?
GLP-1s decrease inflammation in your body.
Mm-hmm.
I had a woman come off her inhalers because she is on this. It helps with inflammation. I have another woman
Wow.
who it helps her colitis. People with
Wow.
arthritis feel better. So this decreases like total body inflammation. Trying to think of some other remarkable things. It can increase women's fertility. That hasn't been proven in studies, but I've seen it in practice. My colleagues have seen it in practice. Women who
Wow.
they could never conceive. I saw a doctor on social media. His 52-year-old patient got pregnant with twins.
Wow.
I would die.
I would
I
We
would.
have the three of us pregnant. Like, what would that look like?
Yeah.
Hell
I would
no.
Babies are blessings, by the way, ladies, if you're listening.
Absolutely.
Okay,
Yeah.
Not
but
at our age. I'm looking. Yeah. No.
Yeah.
No.
Just everyone want to. Right.
Wow.
Right.
That's
I had
so
another
cool.
woman quit gambling on it. People don't want to drink alcohol as much on it.
Mhm.
There's a really lot.
I might need to do it just for that.
She's like, "Could you
After
just
your
give me a
trip,
shot,
after
Maureen?"
your trip. Yeah.
Yes.
Um,
That's
so right.
amazing.
And
Okay,
then
good.
yeah.
So how did you, okay, so you decided to become an entrepreneur. Were you always an entrepreneur or when did you decide like,
It's always for 20 years it like ate at me. I need to do something. I need to do something.
Aw.
And I didn't have the courage until I went through a high conflict divorce. And after getting through that, I knew I was like, I'm unstoppable. I just survived that high conflict divorce. I'm just going to take a risk. What I don't care what I have to lose. I have nothing to lose. If I lose everything, so be it. It wasn't meant to
Yes,
be.
wow.
But that
Oh, you just
I'm
gave me
grateful.
chills.
I
That
know.
is right.
Because that's what happens to us.
Yeah.
Like, we
Like,
finally, as women, realize we are badass.
right. Yep. And
Right.
fuck this shit that we went through. If we went through that, we can do freaking anything.
Yes.
Yeah.
That gave me so much confidence. Although during the time it wasn't good. I was
Yeah.
overweight. I looked bloated. It was just terrible, but looking back, it was just all the cortisol from stress and but I
Yeah.
came out on the other side, thankfully, and it gave me the courage that I needed to be who I am today.
Wow. But
Yeah.
see, so many women, women are afraid. Like women get stuck and they're
Right.
afraid of like, something might be eating at them that they want to do. What
Right.
advice will you give to them that you would give to them based on your experience?
Okay. I had a mindset coach. That's the only way I could quit my day job to start this business was a mindset coach. And he introduced me to Bob Proctor, who's passed. His thing, it's called the Terror Barrier. Terror barrier, barrier. And that is what holds everyone back. You get to a certain point, you'll be all excited. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. And then when it comes time to like pull the trigger,
Yeah.
the terror barrier kicks in.
Mm.
And that's what you have to read about and push through.
Yep.
It takes I do a lot of reprogramming my subconscious mind. I do that with subliminals, with meditation, with affirmations, and that helps me become the person I need to be for the next step. You know?
I love that. I love that. People,
Okay, so you said 10 years ago you got divorced.
Yeah.
So and you said you've only had the practice for almost 3. So this is something that you started in your 50s or
Yes,
late 40s.
50, yeah. Mhm.
And so the coaching, it started in your late 40s,
Yes.
obviously, to
Yes.
get you to the point to believe like I can really do this.
Absolutely. I think you need a
So
coach to get you to the next level. Sometimes I'll outgrow a coach and I'll go to the next one.
Yep.
And like you need a different coach for every level that you're becoming.
I love that.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Are
Absolutely.
you into a space now where you're looking for like a business coach to make sure that your business thrives, or do you already have one?
No, I have one that I'm currently working with
Yeah.
who's smarter than me, which I love because she's so good with sales and marketing and how to word things where I'm like, I do very little. And she's like, you got to beef this up and put this and that. And so I'm grateful for that.
Yeah.
Good.
It's so important to have a coach that, knows more than you, who
Yes.
can help guide you and, not so much train you, but coach you through so that you find your own solutions and your own voice in the process. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
I
need to
love
be able to do it on your own eventually, but taking, the learnings is, what's key to continuously be successful. And also because running a business isn't just about like doing marketing and social media. It's about like you have clients, you have now you have people working for you where in the working force maybe you didn't, and so that's like
Right.
a whole other thing, and there's performance management, there's I need to elevate them, there's just so many moving pieces,
Right.
and not even to mention that now your taxes are different, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
There's a lot, but everything is figure outable, right?
Very.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now you bought and invest. So you're using, this is so smart and brilliant, by the way, is using, your success and reinvesting in investment property. And didn't you say you bought a property sight unseen?
Correct. I used my business line of credit, and that's what business owners can do. As long as they're in business 6 months, they can get a business line of credit, buy a property. So my business coach at the time had a daughter who went to Syracuse, and she also was helping women buy investment properties. So
Right.
I looked in the Syracuse, New York area because she was familiar with that, and I trusted her. So we found a property outside of Syracuse. It's in the Oswego, New York Lake area. I bought it sight unseen. I didn't even see it till the day I passed papers, but I trusted the women I was dealing with and I used my
I love
intuition.
it.
And
Aw.
so it's a 2-family. I Airbnb'd one half of it and I have long-term tenants in the other half.
Nice.
Wow.
So
Wow. And then you said that you're in the process of getting another one as well. Is that correct?
Yes, I just found a Dennis, Mass, Cape property. I just put
Oh,
an offer on
God.
and they accepted, so I'm in the process of working with that too.
That's
love it.
fantastic. Is that going to be for an Airbnb as well?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah,
Okay,
perfect.
we're gonna need those so that we can come to.
Yeah.
Okay, so now, did you with your business property? Because this is something that my dad decided after he had multiple businesses. He's like, I want to buy the property.
Yeah.
Are you renting, or did you choose to purchase that actual facility, or is that a dream of yours? I mean,
I'm in salon suites. So there, a
what?
salon suite, it has like 40 businesses in one building.
Oh, okay, okay.
It is on my mind to buy a salon suite building at some point. I'm not there yet,
Yeah.
but yes, absolutely. That is on my mind. Some people aren't familiar with the concept, but it's, like I said, 40 businesses, everyone gets their own space. We refer to each other, which is a really nice thing. We're a community, which is another nice thing. I love everyone in my salon suite. It's just a really nice community as opposed to being like a standalone and not
Actually, I
having a,
went to a like a Valentine's Day party, and it was I believe it was I didn't know what a salon suite was until you just said that. But you
yeah.
go in, and it has a door here, and that's a business. A door here. You go
Yes.
upstairs, and it has several. And they did this really fun Valentine's Day thing, and each business had little sales, and then they
Yeah.
had like a lunch area where they treated us with champagne, and we got to shop, and they talked to it. It was really, really cool. And they all came together. So
Yes.
I see what you mean about it being a community.
Right.
That's fun.
But they have franchises that are salon suites
Wow.
that I would definitely look into down the road.
Wow. Yeah, no, I didn't know
Cool.
that. That's a smart way of doing it because you're opening yourself up and not doing it alone. You have these other owners of businesses, and where that referral comes in, that's huge because that's
Right.
a lifeblood for any entrepreneur.
Absolutely. It is.
So
Yeah.
what do you need? Do you have to be a nurse in order to
No.
open up a med spa like a friend? No, you don't have to be.
No, you have to hire a nurse and you have to hire a medical director to write the orders and get everything done. But you don't have to be a nurse to do it. No.
Wow, that's great.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
what advice would you give women that are thinking about like doing it? Is it a huge expense? Because I would think one of the hesitations in purchasing a franchise is oh my gosh, this must cost millions of dollars to start.
Right. No, our franchise fee is 25,000. That is lower than average. Some
Very,
people
very
use
low.
brokers. I don't use a broker. I don't use brokers, so mine's 25. If I used a broker, it would be 56K, which is what a lot of them are.
Wow.
Well, and then you also have to have so much of you have to have so much of an income accumulated to even get approved. I mean, it's just I owned a franchise gym,
Oh,
Noreen.
did you?
So yes, and it is, and then that's just the fee to get going. But then you have to equip and you have to find the location. They
Yeah,
supported me, but it's like it's a
yeah,
lot.
it
It
is. It
can be.
can
So
be.
that's great. That price is
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah. And there's no build out fees, so you don't have that added on to that. Um, and then I think I don't have the form in front, like the agreement in front of me, but I think like the startup fees, maybe 40K. There's not a lot of expensive equipment. There's not a lot of, it's really just the chairs, the desk. So the equipment's not over, you don't have all these expensive like equipment,
Yeah.
things you have to buy.
It's just some of the inventory for the
Yes.
that you
Yeah.
have. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
And
great.
how did you so you were a single mom for many years. You have
Mhm.
how many children?
Three. My oldest is in college. My daughter's a senior in high school. My youngest is a sophomore in high school.
So
No.
how was that balancing, okay, I'm going to be bold and I'm going to invest and start a business as a divorced mom of 3 kids?
I waited till they were a little older to do it because they didn't need me as much.
Mhm.
So I did. That was another reason I waited. I was like, I better just wait until they don't need me as much. Now they don't even talk to
I
me
know.
unless they need money or my keys. I don't know.
Mhm,
But
mhm.
Teenagers
so
are fun.
yes. So they aren't really too involved in what I do. They really just care about their friends right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it wasn't too bad because like I said, they were older when I started doing all this stuff.
I'm
That's
sure they're proud of their mom, though. I
yeah.
mean,
Yeah.
to
I think when
see
they're older,
you
they'll realize, but right now they just,
Yeah, they're in that age where it's all
all about
about them. Yeah, it's all
right,
about them. We all understand. Yeah, like I know Sierra and I obviously we're moms, but a lot
right.
of our audience can certainly relate to that. And that
Mhm.
was a smart. I'm sure that was a gamble. Like, how did
Oh,
you
yeah, it was a
feel?
gamble.
Because that's scary to then
Oh,
say,
yeah,
I'm going to quit my job and I'm going to become a full-time entrepreneur and
right.
invest and put money into something.
Yeah, I had the mindset coach that I said to him one day, we used to text and I said, he said, your business is floundering because you're still working your day job. He's like, you have to quit. A business needs your energy. And I was like, screw it. He's so right. You know what I mean? He's so right.
Yeah,
So you
that's
need someone to like give you the push sometimes that you don't have yourself,
yeah.
you know?
amen to that. Yep.
True.
Amen
Yeah.
to that.
So true.
That's
And
why
you have to have it constantly, Noreen. Like, you
yeah,
have to
I
be
know.
fed. You have to be fed
Yes.
because that courage, even though you're doing it and you're in the midst of it, there's that those moments of, am I doing it right? What am I doing?
Yeah,
Am I
when your
not?
coach isn't there,
What can I
that's
do
when you have the
more?
moments like, wait, my coach isn't in front of me now. Did I do the right thing? Is my coach nuts? Like, what am but
Yeah. Yeah. But the
but like
great thing
you,
about that relationship is one thing that I find with my clients and my team members is knowing that as a coach, I can't do it for them. If they
right.
come to me, they have to be willing and open to make the phone call saying, "Hey, I need help."
Yes.
It's can't be the coach to turn around and go, "Hey, did you do this? Did you do that? Did
I
you,
know, I
it's
know.
they
Yes.
have to do, right? We
Yeah.
all have to do it.
And there
So,
has to be mutual trust
yes,
too.
Yes.
There has to that is a
1000%.
definite mutual trust.
1000.
And that's why coaches get paid, people. Let's just be honest. The
Right.
trust comes because you are investing in yourself and you are paying them. If coaches were
Right.
free, we wouldn't take it that seriously.
Right. So
Absolutely.
true.
Yep, absolutely. It's so important, and no matter what business you're in, like you said, we need coaches. Like,
Absolutely.
we can't do it alone. We don't have to do it alone,
No. You
and
cannot get to your next level self without a coach. It just
absolutely.
Mhm.
you're gonna
Yeah,
stay stuck,
yep.
Yeah.
you know?
I would really challenge listeners, if you're like in a life rut or something, or if you do own a business, or maybe you're in, a marriage or a job that you love or don't love. I mean, and you're like, I've always wanted to get a coach, but I don't want to pay. I don't want to
Yeah.
invest. It is an investment in your
In your
soul and in your
yeah.
mind. Don't like discard yourself because it's money. We could
Right.
always make more. That's what I
Right.
always tell people.
Absolutely.
Like, we could always make more money. Tomorrow is a new day. That's
Right.
why I vacation so much, Noreen.
Yeah. Good
Well,
for you. That's awesome. That's what I'm gonna start doing more of is vacation. Yeah.
No,
absolutely,
I
absolutely.
agree.
Because we
you
always
deserve
say, if
it.
you're on the hamster wheel, then you're not going to get out of that unless you do something different.
Right. That's where
And
you get your most like intuitive thoughts when you're on vacation.
yes,
Me too.
yep,
Yeah.
absolutely. I'm a big advocate for free vacations too. That I love.
That's our second favorite F word is free. Just so
Yes,
you know.
Yeah, right.
yeah, Sierra, you know me all too well.
Yeah, that's so funny.
Noreen, I'm so curious to because you are a nurse practitioner,
Yeah.
um finding nurses to work for you. Do you have like a process, or how did that, or were they friends? How did that work out?
Yeah, I've been very lucky. I have one nurse who refers like all the great nurses she knows to me.
Oh,
Um, I've been very blessed with the nurses and staff I've had.
okay.
Um, so yeah, a lot of it's referrals from other people.
Amazing. Do
And then
you
I do
help
like a background
somebody?
check if I don't know them.
Okay. If somebody starts a franchise with you, they sign up to have one of your actual franchises. Do you support them in like take those referrals and support them? Is that something that you've done so far?
What do you mean, with patients or with nurses
With
or?
to find nurses and
Oh yeah,
yeah.
absolutely.
Okay.
I want my people to succeed. Like
Yeah, you need them to.
yeah, I absolutely, that is my goal, to help them succeed. And I need them to, and I want them to.
Beautiful. So you're not just selling your franchise, you're
Yeah.
sharing yourself and you're coaching them for their success because it's a win-win. If they succeed,
Yeah.
you succeed. Yeah.
I agree. Yes. I
Lots
just
of
love helping
systems.
people and opening, starting businesses. I helped my friend who's not a franchisee. When she first started, I helped her open her business locally, and she just copied everything I had, and I let her, and I just,
Mm. Yeah.
um,
Well,
so
that's
yeah,
the thing, and that's why when when you bless others without an expectation of something being
right.
returned, I mean, I do feel for me, God then gives you
Yes.
more blessings.
If you
That's
always give, you'll always have,
Yeah.
right?
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Nah,
have gratitude for I have gratitude for everything.
I wake up every morning, say my first thought, I try to make my first thoughts is a place of just gratitude and
Me
saying,
too.
yep,
And bedtime. I'm
yep,
grateful
and
for my
bedtime.
health
I
is
say
always number
3
one.
things. I
Yeah.
try to say 3 specific things for that day.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's repetitive, but it's at least 3 things.
Yes.
Ab
I do the same.
Yeah, I love the mindset work. I've learned so much, and so it does, and you hit the nail on the head. I mean, this right here in our brain, that is everything. And
Right.
when you kind of learn how to reprogram and redirect, and
Yes.
it's really such a powerful tool that we have that many people don't take advantage of learning those tools.
Yeah. I know. I wish I learned it younger, but whatever.
Right.
We always say that.
I know.
But there's so much in school
I'm gonna
that
start
I think they're
saying
missing.
I'm happy that I learned it at this age because I am wiser, stronger, and
True.
braver. I wouldn't have listened to my
Yeah.
younger self.
Well,
I
that's
wouldn't.
True.
true. That's
True.
true.
So so again, another mindset thing is,
Right.
I'm gonna stop saying I would have told my younger self because my younger self wouldn't have listened and wouldn't have been brave and wouldn't have been strong.
You're
So
right.
I'm just
You're
gonna
right.
soak it all in and be happy that I heard it when I heard it. I
Because you were
got it
meant to
when I
hear it
got
when
it.
you heard it. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're right. You're absolutely right. Because I've
You're so
shared,
right.
even with my daughter, the mindset and the
Yeah.
morning rituals and miracle morning and what I do and how to manifest and all that. She's like, you're a fucking crackpot, mom.
I
Like,
know.
she looks at me like I have 20 heads. And I'm like, no, I'm telling you, it like works. Like, it's crazy,
I know. I do
but
tell
once
my kids to visualize, like, getting a goal, or and my
yeah,
daughter does say to me, like, can you manifest XYZ for me? I'm like, this is what you do. And
yeah.
um
Oh.
I'm like,
there's
it's
a
not
book.
like banging on drums and
Yeah.
going, oh, it's not.
To the walls, to the walls.
No, to the world.
Feel my balls. You bitch.
There's a book that I'm reading I'm going to read it a few times. It's on Audible. It's called Happy Little Pockets of Money. Have you guys heard of that?
No,
No.
I'm
It
writing that
helps
down.
put you in the wealth mindset, and it tells you how you need to be in the present moment. And it's a very simple book. It's a long book. It tells you how to be in the present moment and think abundance. Like, I'm always worried about the future, tomorrow, what's going to happen, this month in sales. But this teaches you to be in the present now, think of abundance now, and that will help you. It's just a great book. I'm going to listen to it a few times to really get it into my head.
I
You'll
love
have to share
listening.
it. You'll have to share it with us.
I'm going to look that up for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's good.
For sure.
Okay, so tomorrow, Noreen, I'm getting my lipo C. I like bought
Good.
the package, and so I've been
Good.
doing this pre, having the issues with the bleeding. I'm now past that. I had a hysterectomy. I'm all good. My levels are all up. I'm feeling amazing. I'm actually kind
Yeah.
of feeling young again. Okay, so I chose that, but I want you to tell the audience, like, if they're thinking about getting anything, what is it that they should be getting right now and why?
Okay, the lipo shots are good. I've had patients lose 1 pound a week on lipo shots. That
What
doesn't
is
mean
that?
everyone's going to do that. They have fat burning, like I'm
There's
trying to
like
think
three
of what.
three
There's
different
the
kinds, right? There's a lipo B, lipo C, and then there's a lipo for has
there's a
like the weight loss.
lipomono.
Mine.
Some of them have B12 and some of them don't. Just ask if it has B12. If it has
Yeah.
B12, you should do it for 12 weeks and then you take a month off because it does have B12. So you need that
Okay.
month break and then you can resume taking it once a week or twice a week for 12 weeks. And so again, ask if they have the what do you call it? The B12 in it. And then if it doesn't have the B12, then it's safe to, continue to take longer than 12 weeks. You should definitely drink a lot of water, eat high protein, exercise, of course. But I have, a few patients that do lose 1 pound a week with that.
How is the lipo shot so different than the GLP?
GLP is totally different. That is for someone with who wants to lose maybe 15 pounds or more. Lipo shot's good for maybe 10 pounds or more. So the GLP is good for, or just say a BMI. I forget what the BMI. I think it's 27, or 27 with high blood pressure and diabetes, and then 29. I think it's 29 if you don't have those other things. So a GLP-1 slows everything down. The lipo shots are more of like a fat burner. GLP-1s act on your mental, your food chatter, and it also makes you feel fuller faster.
Mhm.
So even though you want to eat, you'll only eat half. So it slows everything down. The three main side effects with this, the GLPs, are constipation. You may get nausea as your dose goes up,
Mhm.
and then you may feel tired as your body adjusts to it.
Hmm.
Those are the main three side effects. GLPs, a lot of times you get more energy when you take, lipos, you get more energy when you take them because, again, B12 gives you energy.
Yeah.
Even if they don't have B12, I have patients contain B12. Some patients do say it does give them more energy. So you can do them like once or twice a week.
I'm
And
a little bunny rabbit hopping around, Renee, after I get my shot. Even when my iron levels were like at a 7, I was like, I
Wow.
felt completely for a good like 2-3 days. So I'm really excited to see what it does for me now that my
Yeah.
levels are normal. I'm gonna be like, oh, I'm 20 again. Let's
Right.
go.
see,
Yeah.
I have a ton of energy, but the mental belly, like I've lost weight, but I kind of feel like I am in a stuck
Like
mode.
You
plateauing.
could try the lipo shots, they're
Because I
definitely
don't need to lose a lot, thank goodness. But I
right.
just feel like with my daughter's wedding in May, there's just a little
Right.
extra that, I want
Yeah,
to cover,
I totally get that.
So
you
what
know.
do you think women, if women walked into, I mean, is it more like a tailored, or is there something that you just want every woman to run out and go get right now?
For
Like
what problem?
services that you provide. So what is it that you're like, I want everybody to come and get this? Like everybody needs this, or is it more like a
Um,
tailored?
No, I'd say it's definitely tailored. We just
Okay.
started offering women's hormone replacement therapy. We've been
Oh,
offering men's
tell
testosterone
us more.
for
Tell us.
years. Absolutely. So here's something that a lot of women think. A lot of women think that bioidentical hormones, the only way you can get them is with pellets, and
Mhm.
that's not true. You can
Okay.
get bioidentical hormones. The estrogen patch, most of them are bioidentical, and the progesterone, a lot of that is bioidentical. You can get both the estrogen patch and the progesterone from your own pharmacy, so you don't have to pay out of pocket for that.
Huh.
Yes, I know, but some people think bioidentical just means pellets, and that's not the case at all.
Hmm.
And
So
how
Um,
do you determine that? They have to go for
what is the level? Are there levels? Because like, she has me like on like a 0.1%. I mean, and I don't
yeah,
know why. Like, why do you have me on that
it's all
amount?
your symptoms. You have to start somewhere. And if
Okay.
you say, oh, my symptoms aren't controlled, then she'll up you. If you feel your symptoms are good, she'll keep you, or he will keep you on that level, the dose that you're on. It's all about symptoms. It's not really about chasing numbers. It's about
Yeah.
fixing your symptoms.
What are some of the symptoms? Tell us, because I mean, like, it just
Yeah.
is, it's just a total, you know, I mean,
Oh,
our
yeah.
age.
But it
we're just-
depends. It could be hot flashes.
Yeah.
Your cholesterol goes up during menopause too. That's something to look at.
Yes. Oh my God.
You can have
Yeah.
perfect cholesterol. You hit menopause, your cholesterol goes up. Your vitamin D levels can drop during menopause. So you want to get those checked. Another thing you want to check is your hemoglobin A1C level. I'm sure you get that checked when you go to your
Yeah.
appointments.
Or
That
yearly.
is your red blood cell lives for 3 months, okay?
Mhm.
And your hemoglobin A1C measures your blood sugar over
Mhm.
3 months.
Yes.
So that will tell you if 5.7 is like the cutoff. If you're below 5.7, you're not diabetic. If you're 5.7, I think, don't quote me on these numbers, but if
I
you're
think
like,
it's like 6 or
But
high, like 6 or higher is not good. That means you could be
yes,
pre-diabetic.
right. And the way you can fix that is to lose weight, exercise.
Mhm.
So those are some things you see during menopause. Also, hot flashes, decreased libido, vaginal dryness, skin dryness.
Weird allergies. I mean, it
Yeah,
just is so
yeah.
funky. Like, I mean, we
right.
we had a conversation last week, Noreen. I know you weren't with us. Hopefully you'll listen. About just like one day you wake up and your boobs are saggy. I mean, you're like,
Yeah.
how did this happen? Or like you have no more nipples. You're like, okay, they just went away. They're not nice and like,
Um,
a cute color
Menopause
anymore.
does a number on many for sure.
It does. Another thing is sleep. Women struggle with sleep during
Yes.
menopause. Progesterone can help with that.
Mhm.
Estrogen, body aches, joint. Progesterone helps lubricate our joints. So like estrogen will help with the body aches and the pains, and the estrogen can, and then progesterone can help with your sleep and your anxiety. We can get more anxious. Progesterone's like the calming hormone. It can
Wow.
Yeah, it can help with that. If you have a uterus, you need to take estrogen and progesterone together because estrogen can build up the lining on your uterus. So you need the
Mm.
progesterone to counteract that. But you said you had Sierra, you
I
had
don't
you
I had a hysterectomy.
okay, so you don't need the progesterone unless you need it for sleep or anxiety. You would just need the the estrogen. Yeah,
So do
because you
you
don't have
provide
the uterus.
at your salon, do you provide pellets and also patches? I mean, or is it just a recommendation that you give?
We do telehealth appointments, and um, pellets are coming, but I'm not a huge fan. I'll be honest. They can over deliver, but some
I've
women love
heard.
them and want them. So
I
it's
I have
definitely,
heard.
yeah.
And then
It's
okay, so this is what I've heard. This is from some of
Go
my
ahead.
girlfriends, and then
Yeah,
and so you can. I mean, this is just like, and I mean, it's a pretty big circle, and they kind of all just got on them at the same time, and not really necessarily needing them,
yeah.
but they did it for their sex drive, and they said that they turned into like a 16-year-old if he even touched their hair. They were like, and then as it started to taper, or whenever they got off of them, is when it was like there was nothing.
Right.
So, and maybe it overstimulated, and then whenever
Yeah,
they decided to not get, it's like almost like their body continued to keep needing it, because
yeah.
once they stopped, they were like 100 times worse.
The negative with pellets, again, some women love them. I will offer them down the road, but the testosterone level can really go through the roof, and that can deepen a woman's voice. They can lose their hair. They can
Wow.
get literal enlargement. Um, if you do the, like, say, the patch and the patch of the estrogen, the progesterone pill, if you need it, and then like a testosterone injection once a week, that's more steady and stable. Um, so we
Yeah.
do let people use their insurance, and we charge a fee every month, a membership fee, so they can ask questions and they have access to us for help.
That's
And
great.
um, But I figured if insurance covers it, why not let them use it and then do the membership
Yeah.
program?
Yeah.
That's amazing because a lot of med spas don't even consider allowing you to use,
They
or
do.
like,
A lot of people do push pellets. There's a great markup in it. I'll be honest. It's a great
okay,
moneymaker for a practice, and that's why
gotcha.
some people just do that.
Gotcha.
But I like to look at what I would like as a person, and
Yeah.
maybe I would love pellets. I don't know, but I also don't want to be overstimulated if I don't have to be. And
Right.
everyone's got their own personal feelings.
Yeah.
And so
Um,
and so you pointed out, and I want everyone to know and understand that not only do you have your physical space in Massachusetts,
Telehealth.
mhm.
local locations, you also offer telehealth.
Correct.
So
Yes.
that's
I
an
In
didn't
important aspect because women can reach out to you and you can help them with what do you do on telehealth? You want to let the audience know?
Yes, we have them fill out forms ahead of time so I know what's going on with them, what their issues are. If they want weight loss, they fill out their height, their weight, their issues. So I have that going into the call. If they want HRT, they have to have labs done. If they're menstruating, it needs to be like a week before their period. If they're not menstruating, they can get the labs anytime. Then we review the labs. They fill out forms before our call, but they do have to get their labs before the call, just so I have something to work off of.
Gotcha.
How dated like, if I were to send you a lab and I got it done a month ago, or does it
Oh,
have
that's
to be?
fine. Yeah,
Mhm.
that's all good.
And so the weight loss, that's for GLP. Is it for lipo? Those lipo shots too?
Lipo, they can come into the office.
They
They
come in.
don't really, they just need a nurse assessment for that, because that's not a major,
I filled out like a form, and then a
yeah,
nurse conversated with me
that's what we do.
via the
I
internet,
didn't
and
know if that was something that women do at home though, because I know some
They
of
can
the
do it at
compounds
home.
they
They
can.
can.
Gotcha.
It's an intramuscular injection. Not everyone's comfortable doing an intramuscular injection at home.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
That's why lipomino isn't right for everyone at home, but it
Mhm.
can be done at home.
Well, that's
that's
wonderful.
awesome.
I
I
know.
know.
I'm
I
so
love it.
intrigued. Yeah.
I'm gonna be calling you because I mean, I love doctors, but I love nurse practitioners. I love med spas because it is so relationship, and I feel like I
Right.
can tell you more. I feel like the doctors don't like how you just said, Noreen, you're like, I would want to give you what I would take. A doctor's
Right.
never gonna say that because of lawsuits and all that. And it's just like she
Yeah.
just gives you this, like, here's your cream. And I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, why am I taking this much? Okay, so
Yeah.
what is it gonna do? Okay, so
Yeah.
I mean, how do I know it's working? How do I want to be able to talk to somebody and say, okay, well, I think it's
Right.
still, I'm not sure, maybe, you know what I'm saying? You just want
Yeah.
that personal relationship.
Right.
And
Right.
it's so, I don't know, it's just more comfort for me to go to someone like you, even telehealth wise, if I can't even go in. I don't know.
Right. Right. No, I know like it's all personality based, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
Um
need people. I need love.
yeah.
That's the
So,
whole part of, the entrepreneurial journey is people are gonna do business with those that they like, know, and trust.
right, who
And
they're on like the same wavelength with.
yeah, yep.
Yeah.
And
Mhm.
I love sharing your journey because I know a lot of women are gonna relate to it, and, I wrote down the books. I'm excited to
Too.
grab the, um,
Happy
Happy
pocket
Little
full of
Pockets
money.
of Money. Yep, I've got
Oh
that
yeah.
down. I wrote down
It's so
Terror
simple.
Barrier. I love
Yeah. Oh
these
yeah,
little
the terror barrier.
nuggets. Yes. Thank
Yeah.
you for the nuggets of information and
Yeah.
sharing, because a lot of women, even with menopause, don't know what they don't know.
Right.
So with you
Exactly.
sharing, like, oh, with the symptoms that you were sharing, people will then go, oh, wait a minute. This isn't
Right.
normal, because we talked
Right.
about this. We had an episode speaking about,
Yeah.
menopause and what your body does. And when you don't know, you think there's something wrong with
You're
you, and like, what
spending
the
and
hell?
you're
And you,
spending all this money trying to
yeah,
figure out
Yeah.
why your elbow aches.
Yeah.
yeah.
You can't lose weight like you used to. The same
No,
things don't work anymore.
nope,
No.
nope, nope.
Yep.
No.
I joke with my friends all the time, and I even tell Renee because she doesn't exercise. I'm like, Renee, you have to exercise if you want to eat.
Yes.
If you
I've
don't exercise,
started.
you don't get to eat.
I
Yeah.
have started
Yes, I
doing
know
some
you
things
have.
at home, so I am gonna get
You know
there.
what's a good tip is to use a weighted vest. You can start with 5 to 8 pounds from a weighted vest from Amazon. It's like equal weight in the front and the back. And you can use it doing your housework or just walking the dog. And that's going to help your bone density in your hips. It's going to burn more calories. It can tone your abs. It can tone your butt. You can gradually increase the weight too. Like I've worked up to a 25-pound weight. It took me a while, but I love it. It just, I can see such a difference from using it. And it definitely burns more calories than if, of course you don't have it.
Wow.
Awesome. I love that idea.
Me too. Me too. I have heard of that, but I didn't know if I could just plug something in, wear it, and
You don't even have to plug it in.
the fat won't stay here.
I'm like, so I thought cleaning house was hard enough, but now I'm gonna wear a weighted vest. I got it.
No, I have a cleaning lady, so that's not going to work, and I don't have any dogs, so I'm going. That's what it was like. Oh, the weighted vest. Well, when I go downstairs,
when you go food shopping, put on the weighted vest. You don't have to plug it in. All right, it's just
okay,
like
yeah. I am so bad. I'm the worst person when it comes to like, oh, I have to actually do something in order to get the results. I'm like,
but you're not alone. A lot of women feel that way, and it's like you don't know where to start.
Yeah, I definitely want the easy path. But it's funny, that's for my like not necessarily, I guess my health. Like I eat really well, but when it comes to work, I'll do anything. Like I am so like, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this and that. Like I'm so driven. But when it comes to like, oh, you want to lose weight? Exercise. And I'm like, oh, can I just eat salmon and chicken and
enough?
I
And that
mean,
was enough in our 20s. In our 20s, imagine if we ate like that healthy,
that's
right?
exactly right. Like I don't eat. I'm not having breakfast. I'm going upstairs after this, and I'm going to have my overnight oats with yogurt and fruit. Like I'm, I eat well, but I'm freaking stuck in this.
Another thing you can do is get 2-pound wrist weights from Amazon. And that will help work your arms, 2 to 5 pounds.
Tight with them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you can just, when you're doing, you don't do housework, but when you are on the computer.
You have to do the dishes sometimes.
I do. No, I do dishes. I cook and I do dishes, but that's not exactly strenuous. It's not like.
Yeah, I know. But I'm telling you, the 2 pounds, I tried it even like driving one day and I used the 5 pounds. It's a little too much, but I think 2 pounds driving would be okay.
Oh, that's a great idea.
Yeah.
Good.
So yeah, you can build up the strength in your arms. You want to have good summer arms.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's the thing with the wedding too. I want to make sure the arms, I'm not going to be that mom with that.
No, Google on YouTube. There's a few bat wings YouTube exercise people. There's a good one. There's some good ones.
My daughter is she's going for a physical therapy. She graduated for physical therapy and she has her boards tomorrow at the time of this recording. So everyone say your prayers for Brianna having the strength.
You got this,
brilliant, right? She's brilliant, but it's that that one day board stress. But she sent me a thank you. She sent me a PowerPoint presentation with exercises that I should be doing, which is so cute. Yes.
You need to send that presentation to me too.
I will. She's so cute. Yeah. So I have that.
The other thing is too, is that our bone density, like you were saying, like, that your vitamin D level can drop. So just I love just adding the weights. That just is something. And because it does, it uses muscles that you're not used to using, which then in return, will help strengthen everything. Cause you do need the outer layer to be just as strengthened for the inside too.
And another thing, I just saw, I think it was Avril Lavigne. She was on social media yesterday and she said she has osteoporosis because she was on a GLP-1, lost weight, and she probably didn't keep up with her diet. So it's really important when you're losing weight to keep up a healthy diet or something like that could happen. It's not from the drug, it's more from the weight loss, but you need to maintain your health and eat high protein and,
Yep.
continue to take care of yourself.
That's great. Great point. Thank you
Yeah.
so much. Great info.
I had so much fun.
So appreciate you sharing. I love that you're helping other women not only, improve their health and feel good, but help them build their fuck it funds. Like that is, that
Yeah,
is.
you're doing it all, girl. You're doing it all. Thank you.
Thank you, girls, for having me.
Our pleasure. We'll have your link in the notes as well, so everyone can.
Shout out your. Do you have an IG, or do you want people to follow you on your franchise?
Sure, I have
or
Instagram, TikTok called the Ivy Hub Wellness. We have locations in Medford, Mass, Stoneham, Mass, Burlington, and Danvers, Mass. But we also do telehealth. And our website's www.theivyhubwellness.com. And we'd love to hear from you, and I'd love to help you.
Fantastic. Thank you so much.
Okay, girls.
Thank you, everyone, for listening, and stay tuned for the next Unapologetically Badass. Have a good one, everyone.
Bye. Thank you. Bye-bye.
All right, queens, that's a wrap for today's episode. But before you hit pause, let's talk about you and how we can help you slay every part of your life. If you're ready to feel fabulous and look like $1,000,000, I've got you covered with my badass queen coaching, sparkling Touchstone crystal jewelry, and Bella Grace collagen, because glowing skin and a sparkly vibe, that's a power move. Check it all out at reneecarbonefleming.com. And my co-host Sierra, oh yeah, she's bringing the heat too. Not only is she rocking Bella Grace collagen for her glow game, but she's also the queen of chic with her fabulous clothing boutique. From boosting your wellness to leveling up your wardrobe, Sierra's got the magic to help you shine inside and out. Check her out at Linktree/Sierra Whitener 7. So here's the deal. Head to our websites, grab the goods that'll help you live your best life, and let's make everything about you unapologetically badass. And hey, don't forget to subscribe, leave us a review, and share this episode with your fellow queens, because the more sparkle in the world, the better. Until next time, keep glowing, keep slaying, and remember, you're a badass queen who deserves it all.